Over here to the Kraken, and I talk about struggles, and I talk about lately, and I hate to break it to you. I hate to tell you this face to face. These guys aren't making the playoffs. They're cooked. They're done. They're overcooked. They're overbaked. They're the cookies you left in the oven a little too long, and they're basically as good as bricks now. Um, it's tough. I tried to hold on hope with these guys for a while, but, when we look at them, my last straw really, and my last hope that was crushed, stomped on, thrown away, tossed aside, led astray, run amok, was March 12th versus the Las Vegas Golden Knights. The first of 3 games this past week. It was an overtime loss, 4-5. Our player of the game was for Brandon Tanev, 1 goal, 1 point, a 1+- 4 shots, and 1 hit on the day. The Kraken held a 2-goal lead late into this game. Immediately, they gave up a goal to William Karlsson to bring Las Vegas within 1. In terms of Las Vegas, was able to score a tying goal with the goalie pulled and the 6th skater out with 16 seconds left. Jonathan Marchessault gets it. The Kraken had been stretched thin. Marchessault found an open spot far side and was able to score, tying things up. Going into overtime, Kraken really weren't able to do too much, and Jack Eichel gets the game winner in overtime. And this photo that you've been looking at for a few seconds of the game, by Rio Giancarlo, that kind of did it. With the Golden Knights falling into a wild card spot, the second wild card spot in the Western Conference, this was a 4-point swing, and you really could have used those 4 points if you were going to make that historic run that you would have needed to get into the playoffs and to earn one of those wild card spots, but you didn't. At the end of the day, winners win, and the Kraken did not. We move over. You wanted to keep any hope. You're like, okay, well, their playoff odds went down to 5% after that. March 14th versus the Washington Capitals, the night that they honored Jordan Eberle for his 1,000 career games. He got that 1,000 career game mark against the Golden Knights in that overtime loss. Versus the Capitals, a team that themselves are looking to fight all the way back into a wild card spot in the Eastern Conference. The Kraken would lose this one by a score of 1-2. The offensive generation fails. They only score the 1 goal by our player of the game for Oliver Bjorkstrand. 1 goal, 1 point, 2 shots, and 4 hits. It's a power play goal late into the game to tie things up. But the Kraken give up another one. They're unable to do anything late with the late push with the goalie pulled. And ultimately, they fall to the Capitals. So slowly throughout the week, even if you're the biggest of optimists for their playoff push, they crush your hope more and more. March 16th versus the Nashville Predators, the team that currently holds the first spot in the wild card race in the Western Conference. The Kraken will lose this one by a score of 1-2. Even with the line shaken up by head coach Dave Hagstall, the offense still struggles to generate much and to make it count. They do a little bit better in terms of how the game looked. The game was very sloppy against the Capitals. They looked a little bit better against Nashville. They tied things up, but they gave up another one. Not a 1-2 score. It was 1-4. Nashville was able to pull away. They got the empty net goal to make it more than it was, but just very frustrating. Our player of the game forward, Andrei Burakovsky, 1 goal, 1 point, 3 shots, and 1 hit. He scores on the power play. Seattle can't do much throughout the course of the week to help their goalies. Philip Grubauer on the 12th and the 16th, and then Joey Decord on the 14th. So that's it, folks. They're cooked. The rest of the year, you're playing for pride and to keep folks interested. I know a lot of the season ticket deals end after 3 years. There's the 3-year packages, the 5-year packages, and the 7 years. The 3 years is up. A lot of folks frustrated amongst a few other things, whether it's pricing, this and that. Frustrated after how this year has gone, and I don't blame them. Yes, a lot of injuries, but also a lot of them self-inflicted wounds. A lot of overtime games that they should have won, a lot of games that shouldn't have gone overtime. You're dealing with that. You're dealing with hopefully next year, if the Supersonics are announced or the NBA to expansion Seattle is announced, then you've got the NBA franchise coming here. And you might lose some interest from some fans, considering that the NBA schedule runs directly with the Kraken schedule and the NHL schedule. You're going to lose some interest there. You might lose some ticket sales as well. Um, yeah, I mean it's it's tough. It's very tough, just considering a lot of the different contexts, a lot of different circumstances. If you look at free agency, I kind of doubt that the two big name forwards in Jake Gensel and Sam Reinhart leave their respective teams that are with right now, and Gensel with the Canes and Reinhart with the Panthers. So if you're going to add an impact forward, a guy that's going to be able to score consistently, a guy that's going to be able to elevate you when you're in these offensive struggles, it's going to need to be via trade. Seattle's got the trade pieces. I mean, they've got 9 picks in this year's entry draft. You could move a guy like Brandon Tanev. I know you don't want to hear that, but if you're going to acquire more offensive skill, you got to move Tanev or someone like that. So it'll be interesting to see. There's not too much you can add offensive impact-wise in free agency. But yeah, now through the rest of the year, you don't have to worry about trying to make the playoffs. You look at pride and keeping fans interested and finishing out right. That's how it goes. Not Shane Wright either. Let him continue to develop in Coachella Valley. Anyway, we look over here to the upcoming slate of games for the Kraken as they sit at a 28-win, 26-loss, 12 overtime loss record, which is good for 6th in the Pacific Division. 68 points on the year. They're 9 points out of the final wildcard spot, and it would need the biggest of miracles. I mean, if they find a way to get that last playoff spot, I will wear a wig for 3 straight episodes. Yes, Eric, 3 straight episodes. It's not going to happen. I'll put all crazy. I had a bet with Everett Fitzhugh that I would wear a wave cap if the Kraken made the playoffs, and I guess I get to get out of that. So sorry, Everett. Maybe we'll push it to next year. We look to the next week in Kraken games. They play 4 this upcoming week, 2 of them at home, 2 of them on the road. It's a nice home and road sandwich here. March 18th versus the Buffalo Sabres. That's a 7 o'clock puck drop. That is on Root Sports. March 21st at the Las Vegas Golden Knights. The first of a back-to-back on the road is a 7:30 start. That game's on ESPN. Yes, 7:30, so we're pushing your bedtime here a little bit. March 22nd at the Arizona Coyotes at the infamous Mullet Arena is a 7 o'clock start. And then March 24th, returning home versus the Montreal Canadiens is a 6 o'clock start. The team will be wearing their Winter Classic jerseys once again on that Sunday. And because it's Sunday, that's why that game has a 6 o'clock puck drop. The giveaway for that game is a Winter Classic-themed ham flag. So end the homestand on the 18th, go on a little road trip, a back-to-back road trip down in the southwest part of the country, and then come back to begin another homestand on Sunday.